early on because I want to make sure it's working properly on Twitch and on Twitter. So let's see, and then maybe some changes during this stream as well. Obviously team news coming in and fixing it up, so hopefully we can get some chat in between times. So let's just see what happens up until then. So let's see if I'm live or not. It won't be the first time I haven't been, but let's double check. So what's been happening today for everybody? Good news with the lockdown starting to be restricted in England, so that'll be good. So hopefully that gets more people back in the stadiums. I need to turn down my volume, otherwise I'll hear myself. It's never a good thing when you're trying to record and then you hear yourself and it just starts an echo. So yeah, so let's see. Right, so what I'm going to have to do is, with this new software, it doesn't always carry over. It doesn't carry over very well, so I need to then set up the stream on the fly. See, this is why I'm doing it like this, quite early on, just to ensure that I've got everything in place. Then that way, it should be okay. Last night when I was doing it, I was doing the Man United game, and my internet cut off. See, so I can see myself there, but I don't have any thumbnail or anything, so I need to change that. Looks pretty poor without anything on it, so I'll take that out. Let's get this fixed up now. This is the thing trying to use a laptop without a mouse. It's just fiddly. You'd think working in IT all day I'd be used to it, but never get used to a trackpad. Yeah, so let's go up there and put that in there. Premier League, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's fine for just now. Put team news in there as well, which hasn't, I don't think's been added yet. I'll double check. Just talking to myself as well, so if anything does happen, you can let me know. Just as I say, try to get this all set up prior to the stream. The team is up, so Brighton is in goal Sanchez, and then they've got White, Dunk, Burn, Veltman, Bissouma, Gross, Alzate, Allister, Trossard, Maupay. Crystal Palace, I believe they're without Zaha in this game. They've got Guaita, Ward, Kouyate, Cahill, Mitchell, Townsend, Milivojevic, Riedewald, Ayew and Mateta. You can tell I don't watch these two teams play very often, but I thought I'll go on and do it tonight. Just try to build up the followers, try to build up a bit of a community, just so we've got something to talk about. And yeah, so that's pretty much the emphasis of this channel. Just try and build up a community. Right, so I've put that there now. Thumbnail. I've already got a thumbnail. Yep. I don't often talk to myself when I'm doing work. Just when I'm doing this, it keeps us all entertained. So I'll put that on a playlist, and then after this, I'm fixing YouTube, and after this I need to fix Twitch. Tell you, it's never easy. It's never easy. Right, so I'm going to save that now, because I just need to grab something just quickly. And if there is any comments in chat, I will soon get to them. I just haven't looked at the moment. I was thinking to go on a lot later and more closer to the time of kick-off, but then done that the last 2 games yesterday, and I was just trying to fix it whilst the game was playing, and it looked horrendous. So I can always do this, and then later on I can edit it so that it looks a lot better. So that's probably what I'm going to do. Go back to where I was. That many tags open at the moment. That many tabs open at the moment. Right, so let's see. So I was working on my notepad earlier, so just ensuring that I've got everything that I think I need on there copied. See, I wouldn't mind having that's fine. I should probably put Premier League higher in my tags, but I'll just leave it there. Because it just takes it doesn't take ages. But when I'm trying to do everything else, I'm just trying to ensure that everything's all working. So if anybody is listening, I'm going to check chat now. If anybody's listening, can you let me know? Enter Studio, I think it is. As I say, I'm using the software. It's that Restream. I don't really like it too much, but there we are. So let's see. Yeah, so as I thought, there was no thumbnail, so I've now got that on. So now what I need to do is the old Twitch. Now come on, Simba, move off there. Oh, off there. You can't sit at the green screen. Just thinking it's a new bed. It is not a new bed. She's slightly messed up, but she'll be fine. I'll fix the light in a second. So back to what I was doing. Back to Twitch. Stream Manager. Put out a high. I really don't know what I'm doing with Stream, by the way. I'm not even lying. I really don't know how you edit this. If anybody knows, please let me know. So I'm on. How do you edit this on the fly again? So I'm in Stream Manager. I really don't like editing on Twitch when you're using Restream. Really don't like it at all. Quick actions. You say it's quick, but how quick is it? Edit quick actions. Well, it's not going to help me, mate. It's not going to help me either. Really, I'm thinking about stop using Twitch because I don't like it. Really don't like it. I mean, I was speaking to somebody today, and I work in IT, so we're looking at the product we've got, and I was speaking about Twitch. Now we've came to the conclusion that this may be Unix based, and this is why it's set out this way. But I'll tell you, it doesn't have to be this difficult at all. I do not understand why it's set out in a way that's just all about trying to get as much money from you, and just it's frustrating. It is frustrating. You can't even go in and say, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's, you see on YouTube, right? You can go on YouTube, and I'm just talking to myself now probably, but you go on YouTube and it's easy. You just go in, do a few changes, fine, easy. On Twitch, you can't change it on the fly as easy. It's see, that's another thing as well. I've got on my laptop, I keep pressing this button. Sorry, I keep pressing that when I mean to press. I've done it again. When I mean to press that, I do it every single time. It's quite frustrating as well. It's quite annoying. But there we are. So we went from four folk watching to 3 folk. The game hasn't started yet. The lineup has been done, and I'll put that on just in a few minutes once I get this Twitch absolute nonsense set up. Thanks for the other view on Twitch, whoever that may be. Please leave a comment. Please leave something to say that you're here. Follow. Right, I'm going to have to just quickly mend my stream just to get this up, and I'll play with Twitch before kickoff. So I should really be using 2 screens for this, one where you see it and one where you don't, but I just doesn't bother me. I'll just do it. I love how they say Sanchez and goalkeeper, thinking it would think it was any other Sanchez, like in Milan's Sanchez, for example. So did the football results go the way everybody thought yesterday? I'm assuming there's a few Arsenal fans thinking it didn't go the way it should have. I've seen some people today saying that they should get rid of Ayew. Be interesting to see what to do with him in the summer. So that's 3. So that's looking okay. That'll do. Crystal Palace. I haven't even checked the channel it's on, TV channel. If anybody wants to say what TV channel it's on, and then I'll go and grab it. I've not checked. Almost there, and at this time I can't see if there's any chat, so I'm saying my other screen just isn't working. I should get that monitor put in so I can see, but I will get it done eventually. And then tomorrow I'm doing the Chelsea Atletico Madrid game. I think that'll be really good, but the reason I wanted to do this game tonight was just to really see how my setup's doing, see how that's looking, because there's a lot of issues. So yeah, now I've got 5 years on Twitch. Please leave a comment. Please follow. If you know how to edit a stream whilst doing it live, please let me know, because I've no idea. I have absolutely no idea how to do it. And if you're watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Again, sorry I'm talking about YouTube and Twitch at the same time, but there we are. So let's see what channel this is on. Right. Sorry, I was meant to be checking something there. I just read the message. Meant to be professional at all times. I do try. Brighton versus Crystal Palace. TV channel. So earlier I went out for a nice wee cycle, try to get back into some fitness now that the nicer weather's coming back. I'm hoping that that's the snow away for good, but we'll see. We shall see, and this quadruple chin will soon be away. So it's on Premier League, right? So that's where they're showing it. That's fine. Right, so checking that, what was I going to do? So yeah, checking Twitch. Hi, famous. Hi, doggy. If I say doggy, that should be alright. If I say hi, doggy. Crystal Palace. Aye, Crystal. See, I don't know. That's what I need to do. I need to get up the stream. I don't know who's going to win this. It's going to be really close because there's no Zaha, and I always think that Zaha is instrumental in these games. But I need to pop up a stream just now. So I need to do in the meantime. See the wonderful world of the internet. So I don't want to be doing it on that. I'll just leave it now. It's still 15 minutes to go, so who does everybody reckon will win? Cats don't fly, dogs don't fly. There's not many mammals that do fly. I'm trying to think of any. A bat is a mammal that flies, but there's no many mammals that fly. So going back to just to see what's happening. So, what is everybody's predictions tonight? What do we think is going to happen? And that screen's really annoying me. Oh, I was watching it through YouTube, not through my actual thing. So it's this side. I was doing all that, trying to find where the fuzz was. I was looking at the YouTube rather than at my software that actually streams it, so I wasn't getting an up to date image. This is either water or gin. Which one do you think it is? That's pretty annoying, by the way, that screen there. It's not too bad when you watch it on the TV, actually. It's because the cat's moved it, but anyway. Anyway. I'm in Crystal Palace. Are you watching it, doggy? You watching the game, doggy? Or are you just watching the watch along? Give me a second. Come here. Can't even spell. Huh. I am R-U... Is this new laptop? The keyboard is so tiny. Done that again. The new laptop's fantastic, but see this keyboard, it's absolutely... That's terrible. So... PT Sports. Let's try it. I'll try it, see if it works or not. So, I used to watch this on the TV, but now I can watch it on the laptop because it's a bit more interactive and a little bit more entertaining. So this is what I'm trying to do. I'm just using my TV just as a second screen so that I can see how the YouTube presentation is actually going. It was going pretty well yesterday until the internet stopped, and then that was it, ruined. Absolutely ruined. But there we go. Right, it's not on that. It's not on that channel. So 1 second, it's going to do something. Right, so we've got 9 minutes till kick off, boys and girls. Doggy, are you still there? Is Doggy still there? I don't even know how you work Twitch, by the way. So Doggy, if you know, please let me know. I have no idea. I really have no idea. That's genuine, by the way. I really don't. So yeah, so if you're new to the channel, just follow, subscribe, like, share, comment, just all the usual stuff. For a second. I don't do that again. Done that last night. Move. And move. Move there. Watch. Aye. Culprit from last night pulling at my internet, so tonight she's over there. Now, can you please just be quiet so I can sit and do this? Cats, who'd have them? That's a good point, actually. Anyway. Don't know, I'll just wait until the football starts and then I'll start playing a bit of stuff. Cat is annoying as absolute fuck. So we've got 7 minutes till kick off. What's everyone's predictions on the game? Let's see why Zaha's not playing. I can't remember what's wrong with him. I know it's an injury, but I can't remember what his injury is. And again, it's going to be really difficult for the likes of Crystal Palace to keep a hold of Zaha. But I said that last season and they did, but I think COVID had a little bit of a play in that. I think he's a player that could definitely be playing further up the league. There will be. Right, so it says there that if Crystal Palace do win tonight, this would be their best point tally in 25 games ever. It's quite impressive. They've had quite an impressive season, but they've had quite a few. They've had a couple of positive seasons in the past couple of years actually. Under Roy Hodgson, you either love him or you don't. He will be one of these managers that will be remembered as a national treasure when he finally does retire. He's been quite good. He's been manager in England, Italy, managed England. I mean, he's been there. He's done it all. You can argue that he could have done better as an England manager, but then you can argue that point for almost any England manager for the past 25 years. So, what do? Do you know what I mean? You could argue that Gareth Southgate getting to the semi-finals of the last competition, the World Cup, would put him as a better manager than Roy Hodgson because he had a better success. But I think Gareth Southgate was very fortunate to get that far with the draws that they got and the teams they got. They've done well, and as I say, you can only beat who's put in front of you. But they definitely had the easier route to the final, and they didn't get past the semi-final. So yeah, so Roy Hodgson for me is a good manager, and the impressive thing about Hodgson is he's been in the game for years. He's like 75. So if you think where he started as a young boy and then as a footballer, and then as a manager until now, he's had to adapt his game all the way through, and he's still a top manager in a top league. So yeah, so for me that's quite good. It's quite impressive. And my t-shirt is the light isn't hitting it too well, and it's doing that. I should probably put on a darker top to be fair. Yeah, let's check the chat before the game kicks off. That's just my thinking of Roy Hodgson. I really like him. I think he's at the end of his contract, end of the season again, so I don't know if he's going to get an extension or not. I would be lying if I said that I knew. So delete that. Right. So let's get the game on, and we get the game on. We can get started with this watch along. It was on quite early, as I say, because I like to make sure it was all working. Still haven't figured out how you do Twitch on the fly, but there we go. What can we do? Thanks for all the views thus far. Sorry it's not been that entertaining, but I promise it will be as soon as it starts. Everybody wants to put something in the comments. I'll quite happily talk about it. Ask me anything. You can even ask me how I got my hair transplanted. My hair transplants. Oh, I was waiting for these two. I wasn't sure if you would be in, so I didn't mention it. Hi Passong, hi TSM. Tonight I'm going to try and not let my cat break my internet connection. That's what it done last night. And it ruined it. It ruined the connection, and it went all laggy and it stopped. So, you know, try and ensure it doesn't happen tonight. And there's finally it came up. Finally, The Rock has come back to New York City. I don't know if anybody in here watches wrestling. I don't watch it too often, but I do sometimes. Seems to be quite a long URL, but just like that, here's the teams coming out. Crystal Palace, Guaita. I went over this at the start of the stream, but here we go. Joe Ward, Kouyate, Cahill, Mitchell. Then we've got Townsend. Then we've got Milivojevic, Riedewald, Eze. I'm not great on names, by the way. Then we've got Jordan Ayew, and we've got Mateta, Jean-Philippe Mateta. I'm assuming with a name like that, he must be. I suppose I better say French. I was going to try and make a joke of it there, but there's no point. And Brighton have Maupay up front. So it's going to be an interesting game. What's everybody's score predictions? Brighton's top goal scorer this season with 7 Premier League goals is Neil Maupay. I believe that, I was saying earlier that if Crystal Palace win tonight, this will be the most points ever, 32 in 25 games ever. So tonight they're going for a record, not just a win. And here we are, signed on loan from Mainz, your man Mateta. So here we are, the kickoff's about to happen, and Crystal Palace are kicking right to left. I really want to get a second screen for chat, by the way, because if anybody is actually chatting to me, I can't actually see it. But I should probably put it on my phone, and that would make it a lot easier. What do people think? Close that. Right, so the game's not kicked off yet, and they are doing the bended knee now. The reason I bring that up, I'm quite interested to see what Zaha does when he comes back. What is his? Because he says that he's not going to take the knee anymore. So I'm quite interested to see where he's, what he's going to do, and what he's going to do when everybody around him takes a knee. But anyway, so we see Brighton here, and they've just got the ball back off Crystal Palace. Let's check the league as well, actually. I want to check to see where they are in the league, because that's going to be quite interesting to see where both teams are. So let's see. I only done this game last minute. I wasn't going to do it, and I thought, you know what? I was playing about with the software over the weekend, and I couldn't quite master it, and I thought, I am, if anybody knows me, I am a perfectionist. I don't seem like I'm a perfectionist, even people that know me, but anything to do with software, if I can't quite grasp it, I'll keep going till I do. So I thought I'll just do it tonight. So Crystal Palace on 14th. Now that puts him in and around a similar place of Arsenal. Now I done the Arsenal game yesterday, and I was saying that if they got beat, then they would be in and around Southampton. So there's a lot of teams there that could easily catch up with Arsenal. And then we've got Brighton and Hove. They're 16th. They're on 27 points. So there's quite a lot to play for. And we see that Newcastle are just out of relegation on 25. So there's a lot to play for in this game. Brighton will want to get as far away from relegation as possible. And Crystal Palace will want to try and get up as close as they can to the likes of Arsenal. So both teams will certainly be going for it. There's a lot to play for. And in Brighton's case, it's survival. But yeah, so Cahill, I'm always interested in what people think of Cahill, his contribution to this Crystal Palace side, especially the defence. What is it now, 36? And he's still getting his game. Still brings on. He still helps the youth apparently in the background in training. So yeah, he's a good player. There's nothing of note to mention just now. That's why I'm not really discussing what's happening on the park now, if anybody's wondering. So Brighton have won 3 and drawn 3 in their last 6 games. So that doesn't bode well for Crystal Palace when they're going for this 32-point record in 25 games. Let's go back to chat. I thought, because I've only got one screen on at the moment, I keep saying what I'm doing, so then if people are watching and I do miss something, that's why, because I've just came off the game. But as I say that, here's Brighton on the attack. Cross it! He tries to cross it, but he took far too long there. Took far too long, and it was easy for Crystal Palace to just sweep that up there. That ball could have been played in a lot sooner, but he took it right to the byline. So, and here's Brighton. They've now got a throw in, and it's quite far up the park, but one of the players is clearly, yep, and he's fine. So he's in space, and again they've won the throw in again. So early doors, we're 3 minutes in, and it's Veltman. He's trying to penetrate down Brighton's right hand side. He's doing okay thus far. He's won 2 throw-ins so far. And is that going to be a corner? You think so? Yep, it's going to be a corner. Gary Cahill did knock that out. So early doors, Brighton have came out and have been the more superior side. And we see Gross, he's about to put this in. Is he going to put it in the box to take a shot? He puts it in the box. Fantastic cross. Someone just couldn't quite get on the end of it there. But it was a fantastic cross actually. Sorry, corner, but cross, whatever. Fantastic anyway. And now we see Brighton taking the ball back to the goalkeeper. So check chat. Chat. Thanks for everybody that's watching, by the way. Tony Wright. Hi Tony. I've got hi Tony. How are you doing? Yeah, thanks for everybody that's commenting, by the way, in the chat. So Tony Wright thinks it'll be Palace. Is that a Palace win 2-1? Well, I'm not a fan of Palace or Brighton. If I was a Palace fan, I would definitely be saying Palace. I'm hoping that Palace win it. I'm hoping, because I have a soft spot for Hodgson, but we'll see. So here we go. Again, it's oh, he's in the box. Pass. Oh, that was so well defended there. I was going to say that was Veltman just ran there again, and he's causing this Crystal Palace defence so many woes with his passing. And I think that was going to be onside actually if it got through to Maupay. Maupay did have his hand out, but I think he was going to be onside. think you just need to watch that. So far we're 6 minutes in, and so far Brighton have been on the ascendancy. They definitely look as though they are going to score soon. So I can see it as 6 minutes. I'm on 7 minutes now. In case anybody's watching the browser above my head as well, I'm slightly behind because of the lag that the software brings. So yeah, here we go. Here's Crystal Palace. They're trying to move the ball forward, but Brighton straight away get the ball back. But as I say that, Townsend gets it. Townsend tries to pass it, and it's well defended there by Brighton. And Maupay came back and took it, and Townsend did give him a little bit of a tackle that brought him down. You can just see that Brighton fancy this. I think any time that you play Crystal Palace and they've not got Zaha in the team, you've got a chance. So far, no team has done anything wrong, and no player yet. Be interesting to see at half time if there's any really analysis of players that have made any mistakes or have maybe played out of position. Crystal Palace are keeping their lines quite well. It's now through to Brighton again, and gets it in the box. Pass! He tries to shoot, and obviously it's defended by a defender. He tried to shoot rather than pass. The pass would have been the better option there, but he thought that he would take the shot, and no, it wasn't. I was going to say it was that guy Cahill that saved it, but it wasn't. But yeah, there was quite a lot of Crystal Palace bodies in the box here as well as Brighton, so passing was definitely the better option. So let's see, back to chat. Well, Tony, so I watched the game yesterday, right? And you're right, Palace always do pull a result. I watched the Everton game yesterday, and they were fantastic, absolutely fantastic. They were much the superior. They were much the superior team when they played against Liverpool. Now, I was watching the watch-along with, I can't remember who it was. It was. Anyway, I watched his after the game, and he was saying that now everybody knows how to play against us. That's how teams are going to set up and come at us, and that's exactly what Everton done. And they just had attack. And they played so well. The unfortunate thing for Liverpool was Henderson got a knock, and that pretty much put him out of the game quite early on. And Liverpool just never seemed to get any rhythm at all after that. Here's Brighton, and it's going to be a corner for Brighton. But with that said, they still had Salah, Mane and Firmino. I didn't think that any of them really played that well, to be honest. They seemed to struggle when they were up the park. Shaqiri for me had a good game. Curtis Jones had a good game for Liverpool, but Everton just absolutely dominated them. And I think that was their first win in so many years against Liverpool. And if you support Everton, it's just looking really, really good now. Having Ancelotti as your manager, you're bringing in good players like Rodriguez. You've got Richarlison, Calvin Lewis. So you've got fantastic players to build on. So the future looks bright. If you're a Liverpool fan, then there has to be some players that are sold and then new players brought in. So it's an interesting time just now for Everton, and I actually do quite enjoy. I actually enjoy doing their games because they're quite entertaining, but they don't overcommit. So they're not silly with the ball. They don't overcommit. They just pass. Wait until that opportunity comes up, and then they'll play that deadly ball. So as I say that, here's Brighton on the attack. And it's been picked up there by Crystal Palace quite easily. So please like, share, comment, follow if you like what you're seeing. And here's Ayew. As I say, I don't usually do Brighton and Crystal Palace, so I'm not as familiar with these teams as some other teams. But I'm just trying to build up a community here, so I'm just going to try and do as many games as I can, and as possible. He's Brighton on the attack, so it's 1v3. You should have passed that. The pass was on, but he tried to take on too many players, and it was easily picked up there by Crystal Palace. It was pretty easy. Let's see if I can get some water. Just going to go back to chat now to see if everybody's talking. So, is anybody interested in the Chelsea game tomorrow? Chelsea at Atletico Madrid. I'm thinking about doing that game, and I'm a bit more familiar with the Atletico Madrid and Chelsea, so it's certainly going to be a lot more entertaining. But as I say, as the game goes on, we'll see how this Brighton and Crystal Palace one goes. With the players, I'm quite interested in their new striker, Mateta, just to see how he does. How he links up with Jordan Ayew. That for me should be quite a good partner. Quite a good link up. Yeah. Quite a good link up. And obviously Crystal Palace will be noticing, well, Crystal Palace won't be as good now because Zaha's not on the pitch. Right, give me 2 seconds just until I see his cats and I'll be straight back. Like, yeah. Shh, shh. Right, shh. There you go. Try to distract me. Every time I come on this, they just try and distract me. But I just seen that graphic there. Roy Hodgson has only won 2 games against Brighton in his last 8. That's quite... I thought he'd won more than that against Brighton. I would have swore he'd won more against Brighton. It's quite a bad record against Brighton. Maybe why Brighton's came out quite confident and quite bullish, thinking, yeah, we can overturn these. So Sanchez has came out and has gifted Crystal Palace a thrown quite high up. Let's see what they can do, and what they do is they play it all the way back to their defence. And it's going to go back to the goalkeeper, isn't it? I see, that annoys me about teams. Why put it all the way back that far when you're that far up the park? Just put the ball forward. Even if you've got to put it sideways. But here's Brighton, they've dispossessed. Crystal Palace, they're coming through. He's wide open, he's going to cross it, and he's put in a terrible cross there. There was 2 people in the box, and instead of putting it in at the penalty spot, he's put it way over to the back post where nobody was. He had all the time, there was nobody on him. He had time to make a dinner and put the cross in, and he decides to put that. How can you be that bad at crossing a ball? I mean, I'm 20 stone and I can put a ball on better than that. I can't run, mind you, but I can put in a good cross. So yes, here's Brighton on attack yet again. It seems to be wave after wave after wave. They're playing with some confidence. I think they've won 3 in their past 6 games. So I think they're unbeaten actually in their last 6 games. So you can certainly understand why they've got confidence here. It's definitely turning into a good game. I thought Crystal Palace would be doing better, but 15 minutes in, and thus far they've been on the back foot most of the game. Never have much faith being an Everton fan. Back to the perfect players later on. Oh yeah, aye. Ez is good as well. Ez is good. I really appreciate James. He's absolutely amazing. Really appreciate James. He's absolutely, and hi, Allotaps. And I'll just do that as well. I can also dub. If I ever mispronounce a name, by the way, just let me know. But yeah, I think, yeah, being an Everton fan, it's definitely looking up. And as I say, you've got Ancelotti who's attracting these fantastic players, and that's all you can ask for. You can be a team and you can get these players in, and let's say, I don't know, there must be somebody that we can think of. I don't really want to mention many names, but I'll mention Ozil, just because. So you can have a player like Ozil, and if you've got a manager who's not good at bringing players on, like training, building up their morale, building up their confidence, then you're never going to get the best out of your players. But Carlo Ancelotti, no matter where he's been, he's always got the best out of his players. And we've seen that at Chelsea, now we see it at Everton, we saw it at Napoli. He gets the best out of his players. It doesn't matter if they're world-class players or mediocre. He'll get them to whatever level they have the potential for. And that's the exciting thing about Everton. Because if you're watching Everton, you're just thinking, right, who have they got, who are they bringing in, and then you see them with Richarlison. He's started to play fantastic. It's yeah, I think they're maybe going to be starting to get as successful as they were when they were under David Moyes. I'm not saying that Moyes and Ancelotti are similar managers. What I'm saying is, I think they'll start finishing up there, up at the top of the Premier League each and every season. Here's slow Brighton! He crossed it in. Maupay couldn't get on the end of it. That was absolutely fantastic work there. It went right through the Crystal Palace defence, but Maupay just couldn't quite get on the end of it. But we see Brighton, he's still got it. And Veltman, he's had a fantastic game, by the way, doing this. Sorry, Veltman, he's had a fantastic game down this right hand side. Veltman. If I say it 10 times, I will remember his name. So yeah. Background. Hi Lily White. Hi Lily White. Honestly, I can't even type with this now. I got a new laptop, and because I work in IT, right? So because I'm typing every day, I've got an IT keyboard which is like, say, about this size. So it's that size, and then the laptop what I'm using is about that size. So your fingers are all over the place. So great stream, mate. Thank you. How do you use the background? Do you mean how do I get the green screen and how do I set that up? Is that what you mean? I can definitely describe it how you do it if that's what you're asking. But yeah, thanks for the comments. Usually I just comment on the game and try and chat and get some chat going. But thanks for everyone that's joined tonight, because it's definitely making it a little bit more interesting. But it's just not all talking about Brighton and Crystal Palace, and I say that because I don't know every player, so that's a good thing. But we see Brighton, they're just passing it back and forward, and they're just waiting for space. And again, there's Veltman. He's got it through, and it's going to be a corner. Absolutely fantastic. He's seen the man make the overlap, and he's played the man in, and it's going to be a corner. This man is been absolutely on fire for the past 20 minutes. I'm just going to go back to the chat now just to see if you want to know which one. Software. I thought I was typing there. There's Gary Cahill putting the ball back. Hopefully everyone's here for the Chelsea stream tomorrow. That should be a much better stream. This one's been okay, but usually if you watch my more previous ones, they're a lot more entertaining. But here's Townsend, he's on the ball. Now Crystal Palace haven't had attack in the past 5 minutes, so is he going to... And he's not going to make it count. I thought he was going to try and make that count, but he plays the ball over and it's just a little bit too far. You need to just... And again, Crystal Palace are playing the high ball, trying to get the striker to run onto it. They'd be better just playing the ball across the ground, because they're not having much joy. Try and get the ball, try and retain it, try and just get everybody, just give them a touch. Who was it? It was, I know it was Paul Gascoigne, and it was one of the strikers. Here's Maupay in the box, and he's put it back out, but he's run back in, he's looking for the 1-2, and the goalkeeper gets it. It was Paul Gascoigne and one of the strikers. I can't remember the striker. No, it was Ian Wright. And Ian Wright says, I just started playing for the England team, and he says, so what happened was I was a little bit nervous, and Paul Gascoigne says, just take a touch here and a touch here. He goes, give the ball to me and I'll pass it back. He goes, and that'll help relax you. And that's what Crystal Palace need to do just now. They're trying to play this ball, but you're trying to put it too high, or they're trying to play it too direct, and the players that they're trying to pass to haven't touched the ball in about 5 or 10 minutes. So just slow the game down. Just slow it down a bit. A few short passes, and then perhaps when you've had a few touches, then play it more direct. Because this just now is just playing right into Brighton's hands. You're just giving them back possession. They're then doing pass, and then they're looking for that final ball, and they're getting down the right wing. That's where they're getting most success just now. And unfortunately for Crystal Palace, their two crosses haven't met their striker. And as I say that, they got the head up there and played the ball, but it didn't quite go as planned. It was easily cleared by Crystal Palace. But again, we see Brighton with the ball. They're just pass. And it's now down the left wing. Takes on his man, puts the ball in. And the goalkeeper gets it and he puts it over for a corner. Is it going to be a goal kick? Did the player already? Aye. I think it's going to be offside. The referee's put up for offside. But that again, it's yet another warning for Crystal Palace. They need to try and be a little bit more vigilant in midfield, because they're just letting this Brighton team just play short passes. But these short passes are getting beyond them, and Brighton are having so much success. Let's go back to chat now. Thank you. Okay, back to the game now. So thanks for everybody that's watching and staying tuned in. Thanks for Parang and TSM, who is always here supporting the channel. Thanks for people who have joined tonight, which is Alzate, Tony and Lily White. And I think George is back in, I think, somewhere. Thanks everybody that's supporting the channel, coming in, giving good comments. Feedback would be good as well. I can take criticism. I don't mind that. So we see here again that there's Brighton, and they went from midfield all the way to the left flank, and that was it was dealt with by Crystal Palace. But we just see Brighton there. They're just looking for the passes, and they're playing short. So Crystal Palace are just watching them short, and then when Brighton get a chance, they're putting the ball very, very long and are catching Crystal Palace out. It was only because the player was offside there that the move broke down. Roy Hodgson will need to make some sort of difference either just now or at half time, because tactically they're not playing too good, and I can see now why Crystal Palace have only beaten Brighton twice in the past 8 games. But here we go, the striker's making a run for Brighton, and the Brighton player just held it that little bit too long and didn't release the ball. which allowed Crystal Palace to get back in numbers. We see Mateta has come back and put in a tackle that's resulted in a free kick. We really need to see Brighton, when they get that opportunity, just to play that ball a little bit quicker when they see somebody making a run into the channels. Because Crystal Palace, although they've not done amazingly... Oh, here we go! Down the right wing in the channel. Ball comes in! And it was unfortunate there. Who was that shot for Brighton? It went completely wide, but that's what I'm saying. If you play the ball and you play it quick, you'll catch Crystal Palace off. If you try and take one or 2 seconds, then although Crystal Palace haven't played that well, defensively they're getting back in numbers, and it was Trossard. Trossard with the shot and it went wide. But Brighton can see where Crystal Palace are vulnerable. So I fully expect them to get the result here. But here's Jordan Ayew down the right wing, plays the ball. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! Jordan Ayew! What a goal! Jordan Ayew crossed on the right hand wing. Oh, the player thought there was offside, but I don't think he is. Ran down there, right hand wing, 2 people on him, plays the ball in. Crystal Palace's new signing on loan from Men's does a cheeky back kick, cheeky backflip. And remember what I was saying? These players aren't all having touches off the ball. Now, he has come deep to get the ball quite often in midfield, but he just back heels it. Lets the ball run through his legs, back heels it. Keeper, defender, no chance. Crystal Palace may not have been playing that well on a for 28 minutes, but this striker here is playing with some swag. And then he goes away and kicks a corner flag and he gets a warning. That was fantastic. And TSM, just because I thought of you, I will remember to change the score. Because I always forget to change the score. But my man TSM always reminds me. Thanks TSM. What a goal. What a goal. Honestly, if you're watching this game, you'll appreciate that. And if you're not watching it, get on Twitter and somebody will be showing it. That was good. I really liked that. That was fantastic. Thanks everybody for commenting. What a goal, by the way. What a goal. Hi Cagre. Brighton need to score. I think Brighton are going to score. I think this goal by Crystal Palace is just a little bit... They've scored, but they won't hold on to it. But Tony's right. Tony did say earlier that Crystal Palace are a smash and grab team, and they've done it so far. Tony Vins, Chris. Hi Andrea. Who's playing better? The better team. Cheeky. That was a cheeky goal, wasn't it? That was cheeky. Brighton have played the best. Brighton have been the better team, by the way, like by a country mile. But that one run by Jordan Ayew, really should have had the ball taken off him, and he plays the ball in, and their new striker, just playing with absolute confidence and swag, does that. You don't do that when your team's not winning, but he done it and it paid off. And fortunately for him it did, and what a goal. That's up there for goal of the month. It was fantastic. Definitely for me, goal of the weekend anyway. But yeah, thanks for all the views, everyone who's tuning in. Please like, share, comment. If you get an opportunity, if you like what you're seeing. If you don't like it, you can always downvote. As I say, it's all about getting these streams, to a point where I'm doing them and the people that are watching are getting the most out of them. Because when I do these streams, I am genuine. I don't just act up for the camera. So yeah, but if people say stop screaming, then I won't scream. Sorry TSM, because I have deafened you once, so that's why I brought that up. But here's a free kick to Crystal Palace, and it was poorly taken. they had the opportunity to put bodies in the box and get the ball into the box, but they played the ball beyond the Crystal Palace players and the Brighton defenders. But we see Veltman, he's come all the way back to defence. He's been the player of the first half. So if anybody's going to get Brighton back in this game, I believe he's going to be instrumental in any goal he may score, he may get the assist, he may be involved in the build-up, but he's finding a lot of space on his right-hand side of Brighton. Brighton will be fairly shocked because they've done nothing wrong this half. And as Tony says, Crystal Palace have just came in and done a smashing grab. That's all they've done. Honestly, I'm still in shock. Still in shock about that goal. If I could show you, I would show you the goal, but I can't. But it was a good goal. Right, back to chatting out. Do you think they'll come back? Cagliari, definitely. By the way, Brighton will. I see that my people watching is pretty high. Thank you very much, by the way. Much appreciated. Thanks for joining on the watch along. As I say, I wasn't going to do it tonight, but I've got new software, so I thought I'll test it out. It didn't work too well over the weekend, but yeah, I'm quite glad I've done it. I've met some lovely folk tonight on the chat, and here we are. Brighton's got a corner, puts the ball in, deadly, and it's well dealt with there by Crystal Palace. It goes back to Brighton, left hand wing, left side wing. And there's 1-2 with what a shot! 1-2 with Trossard, and Trossard just puts it wide. Just puts it wide of the post. That was a lovely move. Played the ball into the box, and then the player played it outside the box just to let Trossard. Just to let him run on, and just missed. Fantastic. Sorry, it was Veltman. It wasn't Trossard, it was Veltman. If you're a Crystal Palace fan, by the way, you'll be thinking, why is he commenting on it if he doesn't know every Crystal Palace player? I'm sorry. I would be lying if I say that I did. I know most of the players, just don't know every player. But I definitely know your striker now, by the way. He's going to live long in the memory after that goal. So we're 33 minutes in. Now the reason I don't usually do clocks is because when I use my other software, vMix, I usually forget to put it on. So it just sits there at 0 for the full first half, and then it's not until the second half that I put it on. So when I came over to Streamlabs, I thought I'm not even going to put it on. I'll see. I might put it on eventually. I think actually it does. The diagram has the timer on it. But I'm a minute behind that on the actual stream. But here we are. Here's Crystal Palace, and they're making a run down the left hand side. Goes to Townsend. Townsend gets a little knock and he goes down. He's been pretty quiet this game. He's not had much to do on the left hand side when it comes to attack, because it's been mostly Brighton this whole half. And we see Jordan Ayew is trying to make another cheeky wee run into space, but he's not spotted. There we are. Brighton have it, and they're trying to make it up the park, but they're just slowing the pace down a little bit, passing it about. Let's see. Thanks, Cagliari. Thanks. And then we see, so here's Brighton again, and they're on the attack. So they've got a couple of players. I was just going to say a couple of players centre that are open, and they got passed to, and they passed it to Veltman, and he was just about to put in a cross, and Townsend hacks him. 1 second. Oh, move you. Aye. So Brighton have a dangerous free kick in a dangerous area. It's on their right hand side. And it's 6 yards, 8 yards, 10 yards, about 10 yards. Yeah, it's about 10 yards from the left hand side. So there's a potential here to put the ball in at the back post. And it's a good free kick, but it's well dealt with by Crystal Palace. And a shot! And did that get a deflection? Shot there by McAllister. I think he's looking at the ground to claim that he kicked the ground. Let's see, I think he's claiming for a divot. It was definitely some sort of deflection. Yeah, what he's done is he's kicked the ball and he's kicked a Crystal Palace player. That's what it is. So yeah, they've got another corner, Brighton. And they put the ball in. It's a dangerous ball, and it was at the front post there, but it was well dealt with there by Crystal Palace. Jordan Ayew just got to the ball. You feel if he didn't get to the ball, then that could potentially have been a Brighton goal because the player was there just to come and pick it up. Fantastic run there. That was like a Cavani run there from Brighton. Came in late and then almost got to the ball, but Jordan Ayew was able to clear. And that player was Burn, who ran in, by the way. Ooh. Well, I was going to say, so Tony, I was saying that earlier about Brighton. They'll be hoping to get some sort of points here just to keep them above relegation. And you're quite right with what you're saying about Newcastle. They're on 25 points, if memory serves me correct. When I checked the game before kickoff, they could go down. They really could go down. There's no reason for them to go down, but they just can't seem to get a run of games together. I watched the game yesterday against Man United. I did do the watch along on it until my internet got stopped by the cat. The cat pulled out the internet. But anyway, I thought Newcastle were the better team for the first 60 minutes, and they just tired themselves out, and that allowed Man U back into the game. Man U were very, very poor yesterday, very poor, and I just thought Newcastle could win this, and they got the early goal, and they had a few chances. David De Gea definitely kept Man United in that game, and I saw today that one of the other watch-along people put out a tweet saying that Henderson might want to leave Man United if he's not given first team games in front of De Gea. But for me, how do you put Henderson in front of De Gea? De Gea does make a lot of mistakes. He's made a lot of mistakes in the past 18 months, but he does pull out a lot of good stops as well. I really don't know if Dean Henderson's at that level yet. Anything I've watched Dean Henderson for Man United, he's been okay, but nothing spectacular. And that's where you've got to look at it, because De Gea knows the pros and the cons of the defenders like Maguire and Lindelof and Bailly. He knows where Maguire's going to be. He knows where Lindelof's going to be. So he knows that if it's those players where they're going to make faults, so he can get prepared to try and save the ball to patch over their mistakes. Yesterday there was quite a few mistakes in the defence. When you watched it, instead of the defenders keeping in a straight line, you had Maguire here and then you had Lindelof here, and then when you had Maguire out here with the player coming in, instead of Maguire being there and Lindelof being parallel, he was more like here. So he was playing the player on who was like behind Lindelof, and obviously you don't have eyes in the back of your head, so you don't know who you're playing on, and that's where Lindelof for me needs a little bit more time just to try and learn the game that a little bit more. I don't think he's as good as Baye, by the way. I think Baye is absolutely fantastic. The amount of times that he comes out and makes fantastic last ditch tackles. So that's who I would play. Sorry, I'm going off on Man United here. Sorry, I burped. There's not a lot happened in this Crystal Palace game, Brighton. I'm watching it. If anything does happen, I will comment on it. But thus far, Crystal Palace are winning, and it's 42 minutes gone. And Brighton aren't getting as much of the possession as they did in the first 35 minutes. So Crystal Palace are starting to come back into this game. Fulham have been decent. They should catch Newcastle. Aye, Fulham have been good, by the way. And how funny would it be if it's Mitrovic who scores a goal that puts Newcastle down? Here's Jordan Ayew again on the right wing, and he doesn't go forward with it. He puts the ball back, and Crystal Palace look to be going back with the ball. Yeah, they played it all the way back to defence. So it makes sense now that they're going back, because they've got the goal. They're trying to protect their lead. They don't want to give the ball away to Brighton like they were in the first half. Any chance in the first half they got it, they were just putting the ball straight up the park, playing the direct pass, and that was just encouraging Brighton to then get the ball and make their mistakes in Crystal Palace's half, knowing that they were going to get the ball straight back. But we see Brighton now with a long ball, and the referee's looking at it because the Crystal Palace player backed into McAllister. McAllister came down. I don't know if anything's going to be given. The referee's looking at it. McAllister took a sore one on the leg. The Crystal Palace player landed on his leg, but I believe it was right on the knee. McAllister's back up, but I don't think anything's going to be given. I think it's just going to be a case of two people came together and there's nothing in it. It's just going to be play on. So 44 minutes gone, and it's still 1-0 to Crystal Palace. It's been quite a good game thus far. There's been a couple of things that have happened that have been quite interesting. The goal being the absolute top thing. As I say, I think Brighton's going to win this. Brighton have just been far superior, just haven't been able to take their chances. And Crystal Palace had that one chance and they took it. Took it with some swag. It was some goal. And here's Brighton again. They're playing the ball sideways. So we're now in the 45th minute, and there's 1 minute of stoppage time. And we see Brighton here, and they've got Burn. And it's Burn puts the ball in, and Brighton get the ball in the box, and they try and just slow the ball down and then pass the ball to Maupay, but it doesn't work out. And here's Brighton again, coming down the left. Played that with far too much pace there, and the Brighton player couldn't quite control it. And here's Burn again. He's been instrumental this past 2 minutes on the Brighton attack. And we see Veltman, he's wide open, he's asking for it, he gets it. He's going to put it in, he puts it in. And it's a bad cross, it's far too deep. It actually goes that far, it goes over to the left wing to Burn. Now, the ball goes out to play. Has Burn won a corner for his team? Or is it a throw-in? It's going to be a corner. Is it a thrown corner? I absolutely hate watching games on Sky because their cameras are terrible. Yeah, it's going to be a corner. The ball's played in. It's a fantastic cross, but the goalkeeper comes out and gets it. And Dunk almost got an end of it, but that's now half time. Half time here, and it's 1-0 to Crystal Palace. Fantastic goal by Mateta, who is on loan from Mainz. Now I'm just going to go to chat now, by the way, so I'll be able to chat for the next wee while. I'm on chat now. Half time. I think I'm going to actually go out and get my second monitor. Before the information about St George's down, but fortunately for them, he couldn't score. Tony, that is true, by the way. See, when I used to watch Mitrovic before he went to Newcastle, I thought he was a fantastic player. He was great. And then he went to Newcastle, and I don't know if it was his ego or what it was, but he was on the ascendancy, and then he went to Newcastle, and he just seemed to just... If you ever watched the career of Yaya Sanogo, he was similar. Yaya Sanogo had an absolutely fantastic career prior to going to Arsenal. Then he signed for Arsenal, and then that was it. His career just went nosedive. But yeah, it takes a special player to come to the Premiership and to do well. I always forget that a lot of these players come from places like Egypt or the Far East or something like that, and to come over here, it's a completely different culture. It must be different. I mean, it must be strange. Like if you're Salah, 1 minute you're playing in Egypt, and then the next minute you're over playing in Europe, because it's a completely different culture. And I watched an interview the other day with Ray Parlour, and he was saying, we at Arsenal signed a few French players. He says, so when we would go out, he goes, they were dead serious, and it was all dead serious. He goes, but when they came drinking with us, he goes, that were English, he goes, we were just there, drink, saying this, saying that, saying personal stuff, having a laugh. But to Italian people and French people, it was completely alien, because they're used to going to training. If they do go out with the team, it's completely professional. So yeah, it's really losing my hopes on Brighton, but you never know. Cagliari, they're going to win. I swear they're going to win. Like, there's no way that they're going to lose this. Brighton. Oh. There's no way they're going to get beat. Tom Davis. Let's see who Tom Davis is, and I'll tell you. Well, it's not Tom Davis, the actor. That's what I was thinking of. I was like, it's definitely not him. Tom Davis. What age is Tom Davis? I'm assuming he's quite young. Try to find him on... Can't even see who it is. I was like, Tom Davis is an actor, so it's definitely not him. Can you imagine an actor turning up and try to get a game? To be fair though, some of the footballers that play football aren't that good either. So it may not be a bad thing. No. I'll say no. Why do people always ask you if you've got a link to a stream? Never understood that. Like, I mean, if you're on... I mean, if you're on the internet, you should be able to find a link fairly easily. Not that I am suggesting to do that in any way, by the way. Just saying. If you ask for a link, for a link, then you should be able to find it on the internet. But anyway, people always ask, don't they? So is anybody in just now that would be interested in watching the Chelsea game tomorrow? I was going to say to Lily White how you'd done the green screen, but I believe they've vanished, which is a shame because I could have quickly shown them at half time. But yeah, hi TSM. I knew that you'd be on watching anyway. You and Passing are always here supporting the channel. Oh, there's Cagray. Thanks, Cagray. Always here supporting the channel. I am thinking though, and I'll say this just now because it's half time. I'm thinking about, probably shouldn't do it on camera, blow my nose, but anyway, I am thinking about starting like a giveaway. I'm thinking about doing it on like Twitter or something like that, where every week I give away maybe like a football top or something like that. But the way I'm going to do it is, it'll be, you can choose your own top from the Premier League, and that's what I'm thinking about doing. Because my subs are going up quite well, my viewership's getting better, and if I can really build some sort of community, and it's about giving something back as well as building our community. So if I say, for example, a question, and then you can enter, and if you win, you can choose a Premier League top of your choosing, then at least that way you're getting the best thing out of it, rather than me saying, oh, you can win a Man United top, because not everybody's a Man United fan. So that's annoying, by the way, that bit there on the thing. I'll just put my hand there so you can't see it. But yeah, so would anybody be interested in that? Would anyone? I'll put it in the chat. Oh, did I again? Just getting some chat going whilst we're at half time. Interested. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, I mean, I actually do watch a lot of watch-alongs, and I've got a lot of respect for quite a lot of them. They put in the work, by the way, and they're really good at what they do. So yeah, but it's quite tough because everyone has a team that they support, and that's fantastic. But if you try and do a team that only you support, then it's a little bit biased, and you're sometimes trying to break into. Yeah. I'll say yes, right? And the reason I'm going to say yes is because what YouTube does is YouTube looks at the comments and how you interact, and that's all. Thanks, Cagray. Cheers, buddy. 1 second, and I'm going to come back to cheers, Cagray. So what YouTube does is it looks at your chat, and then it sees your interaction, and then that's where then that can say if you get ranked or not get ranked, etc, etc. But yeah, I do watch Thogden. I quite like Thogdad, but that's maybe because he's about my age. But I did see that he had some controversy the other day there with Robbie from AFTV, and then I seen Robbie's reaction saying, "Well, I've met this guy once. He goes, he's 19. He goes, so I can understand why he's saying this, but he was basically saying that it was his manager that had spoken to Thogden and not Robbie. Yeah. Well, I really don't know if you watched my watch along yesterday, Tony, for Everton. Everton v Liverpool. Was it yesterday? Honestly, every day is different with COVID, by the way. It's all Groundhog Day to me. But yeah, give that even just a skip through, and if you like it, then subscribe and you can come back and you can let me know if you liked it or not. If you don't like it, then it's understandable. But I thought I'd done okay actually in the Everton game, because I know quite a lot of the Everton players. So, and Liverpool, but when it comes to bottom of the league, then I don't really pay attention to those clubs too often. So I've only been doing watch-alongs since January. So I'm still learning quite a lot, and I've moved location. So yeah, I'm actually quite impressed, TSM, how good my subs are actually going up, by the way. But here's a question, right? I can see how many people are watching now, but I can see people come in and see people go out and this sort of stuff. What is it that attracts you to click that thumbnail, and then what is it that keeps you entertained? What is it that you want out of a watch along? Because when I watch it, I always say, how do you want to do the football talks giveaway? So what I'm thinking about that is, Calgary, is I'm thinking about need to do FPL relegation. Well, that's another thing as well. I have thought about that, Tony, and I'm going to do it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait until the end of the season, and then next season, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do everybody that's subscribed or just something like that, and there'll be a cut-off point, and just everybody that then joins that fantasy league, and then I'll just do first, second, third, and I'll do prize giveaways, and it can be, I don't know if it'd be Amazon gift cards or whatever. But back to what Calgary was saying, which is along the same lines. Once I start getting some good views, then what I'll be doing is I will be doing Twitter. So my Twitter's in the description, and I'll just be putting out questions, and if you're following me on Twitter and you're retweeting, and I'll do something in the stream, it'll be different every time, but if you watch the stream you'll see what I've done or what I've said. You tell me what I've said in a DM, and then I'll just do a prize draw, and I'll do I'll do it live on camera, so that the person knows it's not fixed, and there is a genuine winner. And that's the way that I want to do it. I think there's far too many people on YouTube that just come in here and they take the money, and well, I'm not getting paid for this, by the way, but they come in and they take the money and they forget that they're only there and successful because people are taking the time out of their actual life to watch them and to give them feedback. So yeah, I think a football top costs about £65. So I'm thinking about, I mean, that's quite a good amount of money. So if I can do that twice a month, giving away a football top, that's £130 a month, which I won't get back, but it's good for the community. It's good for people that are tuning in. I see quite a lot of the big watch along people, and they're fantastic at what they do. They've been doing it a lot longer than me. But what do you get back? What are you getting? You're going on, and you've got Den Developer, and I actually quite enjoy watching Den Developer because he's quite animated. And then you've got United Stand, and you've got Thogden, and you've got all these, but only a certain amount of these watch along creators will give you something back. It could be because their channel's not big enough, they're not earning enough. It could be for whatever reason, and it's nothing bad to them. I'm just saying that when you take time out to watch these things, you want to be able to get something back, and that's why I watch YouTube. To be honest, and that's what I'm hoping to do at some point. Once I get a certain number of people watching every stream, then I will then look to start doing giveaways. So and we see Welbeck coming on here, second half for Brighton. So Brighton are definitely gone for it. So Calgary, your money's safe. They're bringing on Welbeck. I like to see this. So we see Brighton, they're going to kick off, and they're kicking off from right to left. I am going to get another monitor so I can see chat at the same time. Because I do work in IT, but I've not brought down the monitors to set it up. So if you do make a comment and I don't get back to you straight away, I'm sorry, that's why, because I've not got it up on two screens. And we see Brighton, they're going back to how they were in the first half. They're just pass. But they're looking, and we see Welbeck is trying to make space up the other end of the park, trying to get into some of the holes that have been made. And here's Brighton on the right wing. Is he going to cross it in? And he's got a defender on him, but he's beat him. Trossard beat him. Passes, he looks for the return, he gets it. He passes it back, and it's crossed in. And it's a last ditch header there, just so the ball didn't get through to Welbeck. And then we see Maupay. That's some partnership up front when you've got Maupay and Welbeck. And here's Brighton on the attack again. They've got somebody in the oh, he's got it outside of the box. In the box! Passes it. There's going to be a cross. Cross comes in. Fantastic cross. And Welbeck just couldn't get the ball under control, under his feet. The ball came to him just too quickly there. And he did put out a foot, but he couldn't get it goalward. But Brighton this second half have shown that they are definitely up for this game, and I think they're going to win it, by the way. I don't think they're going to lose. I really don't think they're going to lose. 8 goals in previous. So that's quite Danny Welbeck scored 8 goals in 100 substitution appearances. 8 goals. And I'm saying that he's going to score. Or Brighton are going to get back into this. I'm going to regret saying that. I'm going to regret that completely. I know. Did you see the shot there, Calgary? Did you? I think that Tony. I think that this is Hodgson's last year, unless he gets his contract renewed. But there's also a lot of other players that are leaving at the end of the season. That's what I read earlier. They were saying that they've got one of the most successful periods in their history. So if they win tonight, they're going to get 32 points, and it's the most points they've ever had in their first 25 games ever. But instead of it looking like a good thing, all it's going to do is next season, when they've lost their manager perhaps, but when they've lost a lot of their players, where are they going to be? Because they have to rebuild. So it's good and it's bad, because this could be them at their peak, and they might not really. Here's Brighton. It's going to be a free kick. Yeah, they've. He's pleading with the referee that he didn't touch him, but he did. It's that man again, Veltman, just trying to create the chances down this right wing. But yeah, so Crystal Palace have just now have their best squad, and that can be shown with statistics. But next season they could be like Leicester. They could. We've seen Leicester win the league and they've done really, really well, and then the following season, because a few of the players went, Mahrez and Kante, they had a really bad season the following season. I'm expecting that with Crystal Palace. I'm expecting them to have a bad season next season, unless they can spend the money. But with COVID, there isn't a lot of money to go around. But we see Brighton here with a dangerous free kick, and the ball's played in, and Gary Cahill gets an end of it. But Brighton get it straight back. He's going to pass to Burn. Burn gets it. Burn just can't quite keep it under control. That's the worst thing when you're the same when you're the height of Burn. It's very difficult to have good close ball control, and that was shown there. I can hear a noise. My couch better not be haunted. That's all I would need. That's exactly. That's what I'm saying. Exactly, Tony. Yeah, Tony, I would too. In fact, I might. Right, I see, Cagri. I see. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I think Crystal Palace have to be odds on to be in a relegation battle next season, unless they get good players. But when you look around now, quite a lot of there's not a lot happening in this game, by the way. So we'll just say this. As I always say, there's quite a lot of money in the Premier League, but a lot of these Premier League teams says we don't really need fans in the stadium because we make enough money. Now that was said pre-COVID, but one thing that the fans do is they bring in, let's say they bring in £1 million per year, let's just say, that helps pay any loan that the team gets. There we are, Brighton on the attack, left wing, he's got to play it in, didn't play it in too well. He had Welbeck and Maupay lined up there, but he decided to play it across the ground. That was easily taken by Crystal Palace. But yeah, so that money that comes in from a stadium, just a stadium, not including the merchandise, that can easily be put aside and can pay a loan, and that can be put towards transfers. So there's a lot of teams that have missed that because they've lost literally millions and millions these past 2 seasons. So they'll be looking to get folk back in the stands, and apparently due to, I read some of it, so don't quote me, but I read some of the government get out of lockdown today. So they're looking to have stadiums quarter capacity by June. So that'll be good. And again, that might kill off the watch-along as well. Because a lot of these people that do or watch a watch-along are people that usually go to the games. So it's going to be interesting to see how that changes. And because you've got people like, as you say, Thogden and AFTV and stuff. Be interesting to see if these people go back to the game or keep doing watch-alongs. And there's not a lot happening in the game thus far. Brighton are just basically passing the ball about. Haven't been able to really penetrate Crystal Palace with anything yet. But you know, Brighton, they're just going to get that one opportunity. As I say that, Maupay almost gets in it, and he gets touched in the box. It's not a penalty, but he's down. But Brighton play on. Ball's back in, Danny Welbeck, and he can't quite get to it. And we see Crystal Palace trying to get the ball at the park on the counter attack, but it gets stopped there by Brighton defence. Brighton have quite a lot of people up the park. And they've got Burn the ball to Burn. To Maupay. He's going to shoot from... Oh! Danny Welbeck! And it's a goal! Is that offside? Is that offside? It's not. Who did I say was going to score? Who did I say was going to score? He scored. I called that in the first half. And he scored. He came in. Danny Welbeck had it. He couldn't quite get it out of his feet to get the shot. But he was able to play in Veltman. And Veltman had the ideal opportunity. And he's put it in. That man Veltman. I knew Veltman would score. I told you he was scoring. I said that in the first half, that he'd be the person that drags Brighton into the game, and he is. So there we are. And I'll go back to the chat now. So yeah, honestly, he's having a fantastic game, Tony. He's been absolutely phenomenal this whole game. And even when Brighton went behind, he was still finding space. He was still playing with confidence. He was still trying to get his team back in the game. His head didn't drop, and it's paid off. Danny Welbeck's came on. He's not done too much, but he was instrumental in that goal. And we see again, Burn tries to play the ball through, but it doesn't quite get through there. And Crystal Palace is on the counter-attack, and the ball doesn't quite make it to Townsend. Townsend's been pretty much played out of his game. He's not had much service, and he's not coming too deep, so he's not able to pick up the ball in midfield and then take it up into the final third. Thus far, and even if it ends 101 to Palace, Veltman is still my man of the match. I'm calling that now. You can always tell when a player is up for the game, and he was just, since minute one, he's just been on it. But here, I was going to say, he was just about to get the ball there and go for another run, but Crystal Palace were able to put it out for a throw-in. That's what I'm going to ask, actually. Just who is in your... Are you on night shift, Tony? It could be night shift or back shift. I've not played Fantasy League since last season. I played it with the work. We had a Fantasy League set up, but due to COVID, I haven't been in the office since March, so I haven't set up a Fantasy League. Just worked from home for the past, well, what month's it now? March? Almost a year. Been working from home. So yeah, working from home is not good, by the way. If anybody says it is, then good for them, but it's not good. So we see Veltman there on the right. He's got plenty of space, and he gets the ball, puts the ball back to defence. Defence just punts the ball up, and a long ball to Burn. Burn just plays it far too heavy. It was a far too heavy pass, but fortunately for Burn, it's went out for a corner. Played that ball with far too much weight in it, but Brighton take the corner, and it's a short corner, and Crystal Palace have kicked it out again for another corner. I want to see this ball go in. When you've got Welbeck, he's not the tallest, or Maupay, but I want to see the ball go in, because they can still cause a lot of trouble, because Crystal Palace don't have the tallest players either. So we're 59 minutes in. That's really annoying. The cat's moved it. Plays the short 1-2 corner, and it was well read by Crystal Palace. Tried to get the ball through to Welbeck, but he doesn't quite get to it. Crystal Palace get it, but Brighton still have it. And here's Veltman. He's got the head up, puts the ball in, tries to get the ball to Maupay, and it gets dispossessed, but it's back to Brighton, who have got it in the edge of the box, and that's well defended there by Crystal Palace. And they're just going to hoof it long, I think. That's what they've done. And as I say before, in the first half, if you're going to do that, you're just going to give it back to Brighton, who are just going to recycle it and just come back and come back and come back. And if they try one attack, if it doesn't work, here's Maupay! Maupay! Oh, goalkeeper gets it, and saved again. Danny Welbeck! Oh, goalkeeper again. Cleared off the line twice by the Crystal Palace defence and goalkeeper. Trossard was in the mix as well. But yeah, if you are Brighton, you're seeing that if you go down the left, you may get some success, but then you're getting the ball recycled again, then you're going down the right and then centre, so they can keep trying to open the door of Crystal Palace, because they keep getting the ball back from Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are giving his ball back to them far too easily. Just see Trossard there with the shot, and it's saved by the goalkeeper twice. And Daniel Welbeck shoots and it's saved by the goalkeeper. Fantastic goalkeeping and defending there by all concerned. Right. 6 nights. Wow. Yeah, it's a good squad actually. Sugar. Is that 4 on 4 off, Tony? When you do 6-6? Like, share, comment, subscribe, follow. I don't even like Twitch. That's why I say follow. Absolutely, it's so fiddly. So fiddly. Might just put it back on a thing actually. See, tomorrow I don't think I'm going to wear a white top, because it's just it plays too much with the background. 3 on. See, that's alright. I'd actually like that. I'd like that. I used to do that when I was when I worked for another IT company. I would do 4. I done 4 on 4 off. But the way that they'd done it was, you would do 4 on day shift, 4 off, 4 on night shift, 4 off, 4 on day shift, 4 off, 4 on night shift. And I used to just say, look, I'm not doing that because that is just a killer. So I just done constant night shift for 3 months at a time. 65 points with Leeds game tomorrow to come back. Oh, cheeky Bamford, cheeky. He's top goal scorer for Leeds too, by the way. Well, obviously you know that. Cheeky Bamford. He actually had a good game that day when I watched him. And here's Jordan Ayew on the attack. In fact, it's not. It's a replay. I just cut the game back on there, and I thought he was making yet another run. This is what I hate. There's a player then injured, and that's why I'm showing replays. Sorry about that. So still, it's Kouyate. He was down injured for a while, but he's coming back on. Yeah, I think I don't know. I actually quite miss doing the 3 on 3 off, 4 on 4 off shift pattern. Just now I'm Monday to Friday. I'm off weekends, but I actually quite enjoyed having that 3 or 4 days off. When the whole COVID thing happened, I opted. Oh, Danny Welbeck almost gets on the end of it, and he just can't get on the end of it. Oh, what a pass! If he'd just got to it, it was a great vision there by McAllister. If I went down to 4 days, just because. But my job in that was fine, but I just went down to 4 days during COVID. That was going to be us anyway. And I actually enjoyed having that extra day. Just that extra day of the weekend was brilliant. But now when you've just got 2 days at the weekend, it's horrible. 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 Absolutely hate 5 days a week. And they received, there was Danny Welbeck gets it and he puts it over the bar. Now it's a corner. That was a previous play, by the way. Corner, and it's well dealt with there by the goalkeeper who's put it back out for another corner. I really need to get another screen because I'm missing some of this game sometimes, and it's not very good. It's unprofessional. I don't like unprofessionalism. But I'm doing this, like, I'm not a perfectionist, but I do like to, if I'm going to do a job, do it right. And here's a shot calling again by Brighton. I don't know why they keep going short, but it's 1-2, it's in the box. And he's got men open, the ball's in, and it's going to be Burn that puts it in. And it's Veltman, again he shoots, but it's defended there, and it's Maupay in the box. Shot inside the box, Maupay tries to get on it, and it's defended. It's a bit like pinball there in the box. The ball could have went anywhere, but it's came back out for Brighton, and it's going to be a throw into Brighton. Brighton are playing the better of the two teams. It's a quick throw in. I've been really impressed tonight. Here's the goalkeeper for Brighton. He's that confident that he's actually come up to the halfway line just to retrieve the ball. And he's just playing it between the defenders. That was quite interesting there. I thought he was going to maybe try and pop it in the box, but there we are. And here's Trossard. He's had a good game tonight as well. Been really impressed with Trossard. I'm quite surprised that Brighton are so far down the league when they're playing like this. And here's Veltman tries to get the ball back to Welbeck, and he wins the throw in. Been really impressed with Brighton, and here they bring on Lallana. Who are they going to bring off? You can just see how much Crystal Palace are missing Zaha. They still got Townsend on the pitch, obviously, but he's had very, very little touches of the ball. And I think with Crystal Palace, they would usually go down the left and down the right. And because they can only go down the left if they want to get that creativity, then he's quite easy to mark. So we see McAllister go off, and we see Adam Lallana come on. And if you're a Crystal Palace player, you are absolutely cacking yourself. Because here's Gary Cahill, he's off with a burst nose. So temporarily, Crystal Palace have 10 men in the park. It's what you don't want when you've got the likes of Veltman, Lallana, Trossard, those types of players. And here we go, the edge of the box, Brighton again. And it's Trossard. And he gets pushed down by Ayew, and he's given away the free kick's been taken quickly. And Maupay tried to get it through to Welbeck, and it was seen by Gary Cahill. And there's Townsend trying to get the ball through to Ayew, and it comes to nothing. So yeah, so it's all been Brighton. Let's see. So it's, what is it that you do, Tony? Hopefully nothing that serious that I could be putting you off your job and putting people at risk. And the ball's played in there, but it was well taken there by Crystal Palace. Gary Cahill has changed his top, but his nose is still actually quite bad. He's got 2 of those cotton things that you get at the dentist in his nose. Wonder if his septum's going to fall out. And here's Trossard. He's got the ball left wing and he's waiting for people to come and give him support. He's got Burn puts it in. Oh! That's going to be Adam Lallana gets an end of it, gets a shot in. Now, is that going to be a corner? I don't think it is, but did the goalkeeper get a touch on that before it hits the crossbar? Let's see. No, I don't think the goalkeeper got a touch on it. What? That could have been a goal with Lallana's first touch of the game. Brighton, 70 minutes, 20 minutes to go. Brighton believe that they're going to win this game, and they're playing like a team that believe they're going to win it. They've got 3 or 4 players push forward. They're playing a high line. Playing a high line. I wouldn't say they're really doing a high press, but they're playing a high line. Now that leaves them exposed at the back, but I don't think they believe that they've got anything to worry about from Crystal Palace. And here's Trossard. Maupay, Trossard. Lallana. 5 in the ball. Oh, what a ball! And that's going to be... Was it out or is it going to be a corner? Because I see that Kouyate did touch it. But was it over the line before he got a touch on it? It's a corner. Yep, he touched it just before it went out. But if he'd left it, it would have been a goal kick. But he was getting pressurised by Welbeck and he didn't really know if Welbeck was going to get to it. So it's now a corner to Brighton. And we've got Burn. He's at the centre. And Maupay's got it in the left wing. The corner came to nothing. But he puts the ball through the man's legs. Nice nutmeg. 2 nutmegs. And he can't quite nutmeg the goalkeeper, but he did go for it. He's playing. He's just playing here, just taking the piss, basically. The man comes to him, David Luiz style, hand behind his back, and then Maupay just puts the ball right through his legs. Absolutely fantastic. It's been quite an interesting game, actually. Do you think they will score or not? Oh, definitely. I'd even say 2, to be honest. I'd say 2. If they score 1, they're going to score 2. Because Crystal Palace, well, Tony could be right, they might smash and grab, but here's Lallana. He passes to Maupay. Maupay took far too long. He took far too long to release the ball to Welbeck, and when he does, Crystal Palace are back in numbers and they've got it. That should have been released a lot sooner, because Lallana had made the run on to retrieve it from Welbeck if he'd have got it. Here's Crystal Palace. They are got Townsend. He's got to put the ball in. It's defended there by Brighton. I don't even think that Crystal Palace are going to get any other goals, so I'm not going to get that excited when they get anywhere near the box. Usually I would be like, yeah, but no, I don't think they're going to score. That goal they did score came out of nowhere, so if they score again, I'll be in shock again. Twice in one lifetime. So we're 74 minutes gone. Brighton have brought on Lallana 5 minutes ago, so they've got the correct personnel on the pitch, and they're doing well. Their tactics are spot on. They're creating chances. Some people haven't quite got an end of the ball when they've had opportunities, like Lallana, who put it over, and then Maupay. But here we go, and they've broken, and it comes to nothing. Brighton were able to snatch a ball in Crystal Palace's half, and they couldn't quite make anything of it. They've done it again, no. It's been stolen again. Crystal Palace are all over the place at the back. And they've got it again. It's Veltman puts the ball in. And he puts it over. Lallana had all the time at the penalty spot to pick where he wanted it, and he stood back and hit the ball. He couldn't get over the ball, and he had absolutely all the time in the world because Gary Cahill and Ward were nowhere near him. You cannot miss those type of chances. If you are a player of that standard, you should not be missing the target. And here comes on Benteke for Crystal Palace, and they take off the goal scorer Mateta, who's on loan from Mainz. He did have a good first half, but he's not had much in the way of service. So with Benteke being on, you can only assume that they're going to start playing the direct ball. And as I say that, they play a direct ball. But we've got Maupay, he's up in Crystal Palace's half and he's unmarked. He's just waiting there and he just moves. He just moves as Trossard tries to play the ball to him. Come on. There's surely got to be another goal in this. Surely. I've promised another goal. I've said there'd be another goal. Crystal Palace goal. Palace smash and grab ×2. You could be right, mate. You could be right. Botra, you could be right, by the way. As Tony says, Crystal Palace are a smash and grab club, but I honestly, from what I'm seeing, if Brighton don't win this, something's wrong. They've got absolutely every chance. There's Jordan Ayew pushing Burn, the biggest person on the pitch, and he pushes him, and Burn just looks at him and then walks away. No point taking a yellow card at this stage of the game. Absolutely. So it's 30 minutes to go plus stoppage time. There is nothing more that Brighton can really do in terms of tactics. They've got it spot on just now. If they keep going, they are going to get a goal. I think Lallana should have had the shot. Should have had two of his shots on target anyway, but he put them both over. If he'd have got even just one of those on target, I believe he would have scored. And here's Benteke. Big takers, and he shoots! Oh, it's just wide. Just wide. When you've got somebody like him in your team, he can score from absolutely anywhere, and he puts it just wide. I'm not sure the goalkeeper would have got to that. Oh, aye, they might smash and grab. This. There's a ball over to Trossard, and he's not going to get on the end of it. Well, TSM, I'm hoping I'm right about Brighton, but Tony could be right, and so could Bokra, that it could be a Crystal Palace smash and grab. But then again, it could be a draw. Brighton have been attack, and they've just been so unlucky. Hi Eric, David, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for the like, who just liked it, by the way. Hi Eric. Is it Eric or is it David? I always try and make sure that I get the correct name. So there's 10 minutes to go, and Brighton are honestly, they've been amazing. They've been amazing, and if they do not win this game, they will take it as a loss. They will not accept the point. And there's a ball over there to I was going to go there to Veltman, but it just gets stopped by Townsend, who gets his head onto it. And there's Burn, puts the ball centre. It's Trossard, Lallana, and Lallana plays it back a little bit, and he makes it run into the box. So we've got a few players now up and around the box. Maupay, Trossard, Lallana. Here's Burn making a run. Puts the ball in. Trossard in the box. And he gets the ball dispossessed. And I believe he's given away the goal kick. It was well defended there by Crystal Palace. They just put him off just enough so that the ball left his feet. And there's Gross coming off. Comes off in a rush. And on comes Jahan back. I'm just going to say Jahan because I really don't want to say anything that's wrong because that's quite offensive. I'll just say Jahan. But yeah, Gross went off. He sprinted off, and Jahan's came on with the same speed just so that they can get the game moving along as quickly as possible. They believe that they should be ahead, and they believe that they will be ahead. I'm hoping that the Chelsea game tomorrow is as exciting as this tomorrow. Don't know what. Now, Tony, that is my ideal job. Not doing a lot, by the way. That is my ideal job. Say it like Johan Batch. Johan Batch. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tony. Johan Batch. See, perfect. I always like to make sure that when I pronounce names that I do it right. I work for an international company, and we deal with a lot of people all over the world. So I have never done it, but I've seen other people pronounce names, and some people become offended by that. So I'm always careful and always say, how do you pronounce it, so that I'm not in any way being offensive. So, but thanks for that, Johan Batch. I would love to do that in my job. I used to do that in my old job. See, when I worked at that, I'd done the 4 on 4 off, and I'd done nights. We were only there to really cover for the NHS. So during the day it'd be really, really busy, but at night you were only taking, 2 or 3 phone calls per night. And I swear all we would do, like, this is, so you'd only have one person in working each night, but what we would do is we'd take turns, obviously, but anybody that was on the night shift would just watch movies just for the full night, and you'd only take about 3 phone calls. So the last person would leave about 8 p.m, and then somebody would come in about 7 a.m. So you were there for about 11 hours yourself, and you just watch TV programs or watch movies or stuff like that. So there's so much stuff that I ended up watching that I normally wouldn't watch. So, because Netflix only gives you so much, so you just go down like rabbit holes on YouTube, and some of it was quite good. You'd find old TV seasons and stuff, but I miss those days. But anyway, here's Brighton, and they're playing a long ball, playing it over to Burn. Burn tries to knock the ball on. He does knock it on to Trossard. Trossard has won Crystal Palace a corner, and it's 7 minutes to go. That's the thing when you've got a player like Burn or Benteke, you're looking for a second ball, and it paid off this time. Again, Brighton play the ball short. Why? But why, when you've got players in the box like Burn who can play a second ball? And now Crystal Palace are on the counter-attack, and that's got to be a yellow card. He was pulled down there in his own half. But it was a dangerous attack. And it was Veltman. I thought it was Veltman that brought him down. If he had have got clear you had Jordan Ayew running up the right wing, and there was only one other defender for Brighton at the back, so it could have certainly have been interesting from a Crystal Palace point of view. They could have scored, but Veltman took the tactical foul, and we see Brighton on the attack again. The long ball there to Veltman. Veltman controls it, heads it on, tries to find Danny Welbeck, doesn't get there. Crystal Palace clear the ball again. Gary Cahill still playing with 2 cotton buds up his nose, or 2 those cotton things. And here's Lallana passes, and it's going to be I think it's going to be a corner. No, it's going to be a goal kick. I thought it was actually going to be a free kick, but it's not. I thought it was a free kick to Crystal Palace, but it's not. It's going to be a goal kick to them though. All the way from Brazil. Hi, Leandro. So, I think Tony could be correct, by the way, because Crystal Palace might just score. So, how is Eric and how is Cagri? Because I hope you're not going to lose money on this, by the way. And how is Leandro from Brazil? Here we go, here's Brighton again. They're playing from the back now. They've got 4 minutes plus stoppage time. They really need to get their head in the game if they're going to get a goal here. And Lallana's came deep to get it. He's played to Trossard. Trossard gets to Welbeck. Welbeck plays it out to Veltman. Veltman looks, head up, ball in, and no one is there to pick it up for Brighton in the box. But Bunn gets it now, the other end, and that's going to be a throw-in to Brighton. We see the ball cleared now by Crystal Palace, and it was a clearance out. It wasn't a put the ball forward and try and make something. It was just get the ball cleared. So Crystal Palace seem to be the happier team with the 1-1. With the draw, they'll take the draw, especially after the way that Brighton has played. Brighton has played phenomenal, and they should have won this by about 4 or 5-1. Easy. There'll be no difficulty for the match of the day to find highlights in this game. All Brighton though. They'll find 2 highlights for Crystal Palace, and one of those was the goal. But Brighton have been phenomenal. If they can keep playing like this week in, week out, then they'll start climbing the table. I do feel though that Lallana needs to just, I don't know, he needs maybe some more game time, maybe a little bit more, because the 2 shots that he did, he basically snatched at them. And they weren't even close to being on target, they were just so far over the bar they could easily clear the stadium. When you get a chance at this level, you have to get it on target, especially when one of them was unmarked. So here we see it's Trossard. He's came deep to pick it up, pass it back to defence, and he's moving forward. So we're 8 minutes in, and we see Lallana send pass to defence. He's came deep now. He's got it. What's he going to do with it though? Passes the ball to Trossard. Trossard to Welbeck. Whoa, Welbeck! Welbeck is dispossessed, and then Gary Cahill does a last-ditch tackle because I'm going to have to check to see how you pronounce it again, Tony. Johan back comes in when Crystal Palace try and clear it, and he puts the ball in. And he just doesn't get it. I think Gary Cahill actually gets it out for the corner, but Johan back was so close. Yeah, it's a corner. Sorry, I was on chat there. So it looks like they're going to play a high ball this time rather than a short one, and they play it front post, and they're going to wait for they're going to get another corner. So Brighton did get it when the ball went to the front post, but they couldn't do anything with it. They need to put the ball on high. They need to be looking at players like Welbeck, Maupay and Burn rather than playing it across the ground for the corner. It was a good corner, but nobody anticipated where it was going to go for Brighton. And Tony is right, they need to have a goal scorer, because the goal, a recognised goal scorer, or one with one that's more like fox in the box or instinctive or something like that, could have perhaps seen that the ball was going to come in there and made that run. And here we see my fellow Scot coming on, McCarthy, about to make his presence on the 90th minute. He's been a good signing for Crystal Palace after joining them from Everton a few seasons ago. And it's 90 minutes, 5 minutes stoppage time, so Brighton are going to see this and they know that they're going to have to score, they're going to have to make something happen. They've been trying to force this issue for the past 90 minutes and they've only scored one, but yet they should have been so much more ahead. Off comes Eber for James McCarthy. Now, was it Cagliari who says Ez was his man? If I remember in the chat. McCarthy. I like McCarthy a lot. I used to watch him when he played in the Scottish League, when he used to play for St Johnstone. And it's quite difficult going from the Scottish League, like that sort of level, to the Premier League. Brighton didn't make anything of that. But we're seeing similar with John McGinn at Aston Villa, who came from Hibs. So Celtic had the chance to buy him, but they wanted to get him at a cut price, and Hibs said no, so off he went to Aston Villa. And here's Brighton. Veltman's looking at trying to cross it, but he's going to play the ball. And well, he's played the ball, he's got it back. He's played it again, looking for the 1-2. And that ball's going to just go out for a goal kick. So we're 92 minutes in, 5 minutes of stoppage time, 3 minutes to go. Is anybody? What was I going to say? How was your class today, TSM? How did your maths go? I meant to ask that earlier. But nobody beats Big Dunk. Oh no, nobody. No. No. He's the only man that I know in football that ended up in jail because he headbutted somebody. Actually, so did Stephen Naismith do quite well at Everton as well. But yeah, that reminds me, because Everton had Walter Smith, didn't you, for a manager for a while? You had Walter Smith after or was it during the 9 in a row? Yeah, you had Walter Smith, and you had Stephen Naismith, and you had James McCarthy. You had McCarthy and MacArthur. And he's Maupay trying to get the end of the ball, but he can't quite get there. It's going to be a free kick to Brighton, and it's on the halfway line, I'm going to say. So Brighton take it quick rather than putting bodies forward. So Everton have had a fantastic squad over the years. If you look at them from a Scottish point of view, they've had some fantastic players. But yeah, Big Dunk. The man just does not care. Just does not care. He's so passionate about football. He'll just... Could you imagine him and Roy Keane in the same team? Oh, dangerous. Actually, that reminds me. The man who fought Conor McGregor, the Russian, I can see him, but I can't remember his name. He signed a professional contract in football 4 weeks ago. But here's Jordan Ayew. He's making a run. Townsend's got it on the left wing. He looks for the cross, puts the cross in. Benteke! Scores! Benteke! Tony, you got it right. Who else got it right? Benteke with the takers. Oh, Tony. Oh, you did, mate, you did. Benteke was watching that. He was watching it, and he just peels off, Burns, peels off. Watch the ball come down. Volley. He knew that was in the back of the net even before the ball went over Burns' head. Absolutely phenomenal. Yep. I feel bad now for Calgary because I said that Brighton would win. This is, as you say, it's a smash and grab, and no way do they deserve to be winning. Like, but I know. See, if you watch the highlights, you won't believe that Brighton got beat. I don't believe they got beat, and I'm watching it. Benteke's walking there with a wee smirk in his face. I like Benteke when he scores as well. He's been through quite a lot with injuries, and then he went to Liverpool. Now, this is one to Tony. He went to Liverpool. Now, why that didn't work for me anyway, is because Liverpool played a system that was pass, and it was possession based. But when Benteke played for Aston Villa back then anyway, it was more high ball. So when he went to Liverpool, it wasn't his playing style, and unfortunately, that's why it didn't really work out for him there. But Crystal Palace, oh, they've got it again. Ayew, he's looking to beat. Oh, he almost beat his man. He was almost in the box here. If he'd been in the box, you had Benteke wide open. And there we are, 96 minutes, and it's end of the match. Just like that, Benteke is walking with a big, massive smirk. Well-deserved Benteke. Roy Hodgson, he'll get the praise for the win. He'll get the praise for that substitution, but he should have been miles ahead. Undeserved, but a goal's a goal. Oh, Eric, it was, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but that was some goal, by the way. That was some goal. Right, so did you win money, Tony? If you won money, then you called it well. Because see, if you'd have bet on that, aye, exactly. Oh, aye. Well, he played for Liverpool, but Liverpool didn't really like him anyway, so they just got shot at him. So we won't call him quite Liverpool. But oh, that was some goal. But yeah, so if you can like, share, comment, all of that. If you like it, if you don't like it, you can downvote me. Honestly, won't hurt my feelings. But it's been a fantastic night meeting people tonight. Tony, good talking to you. Eric, Calgary, sorry if I did lose your money. There was Lily White. There was so many people who came in tonight to give me, there was also Leonardo. So many people came in tonight to give me an opportunity to come in and watch my stream. So thank you very much, and thanks for staying. And I will be back on tomorrow, and I'm not even going to say who's going to win that tomorrow, because anytime I say a game, anytime I say someone's going to win, they always get beat. So thank you, and have a good night. And if you are working, enjoy your shift, and I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully. Now I'm going to go because it's way past my bedtime. Right, thank you very much.